Good morning, students. Today we are going to do chapter 7 from Vistas, Evans Tries an O Level by Colin Dexter. The story is about Evans, who was also called the Break. He got this name because he was quite good at breaking out of prisons. However, as Evans was now brought to Oxford prison, it was difficult to pull off such stunts. Oxford Prison had very strict officers and assistants. Thus, this time Evans decides to pull and take a long way to escape this prison. In this story, we learn about his attempt to break through using a very clever plan. He even includes his friends and befriends other people on the way to accomplish his mission. Basically, he uses an O level exam to try and break out, which is why this exam carries importance. And that is why the name of the story is Evans Tries an O level. Further, we also learn about the wit of the criminal and how it helps him escape. Before we begin the chapter, let's talk about the author a little and be familiar with him. His full name was Norman Colin Dexter. He was born on 29 September 1930 and died recently in 2017 on 21st March. Norman Colin Dexter is known as an English crime writer, and he had great knowledge of medical terminology also, which is very evident in this story. He has used a lot of such medical terminologies, and at the end of the lesson, when Evans tries to explain to the governor how he escaped safely, he is using all those terms. Then you would also know that he was a writer for TV series, and Inspector Morse is the very famous character which Dexter had created and became very, very popular on English television. Then there is this rubber ring that I have depicted here, yellow rubber ring, which is the suspense and the most secretive part of this story. So I'm not going to here display that. As you read the story, gradually the suspense will be exhibited and you would enjoy it. There are many characters in the story, and so it becomes really difficult, to learn all of them. But as the story progresses, you will be able to, catch them, and you would be able to know them just as the story proceeds, because that is how beautifully the writer has displayed them. So, to begin with, let's talk about Evans. He's a congenital kleptomaniac and he's known as Evans the Break. Then there is the governor of HM prison. He's very intelligent and vigilant person, but at times he overestimates himself. After that, we have Mr. Jackson, who is young and alert prison officer. Like the governor, he is very alert and enthusiastic about his career and his duty. He is very keen and serious also. And being a senior, he is very good at giving instructions and orders to his subordinate Stephens. Then we have next character is Stephens, who is freshly appointed, and he is subordinate to Mr. Jackson. We have Inspector Bell, who comes when governor calls him after he thought that Evans had escaped. Then we have the secretary. We are introduced to the secretary of examination board in the beginning itself, in the first paragraph. After him, we have Reverend S. McCleary or Reverend Stuart McCleary, who is the invigilator, and he had been called from St. Mary Max Church. So after him, we have Inspector Carter, Superintendent Carter, who takes a very dramatic entry in the story after Evans had gone. So these were the main characters in the story, and I hope you're going to love them all, in fact, as you start reading the story. An overview of the play goes like this. This is a play about a prisoner, James Roderick Evans, serving a term in Oxford prison. Children, Evans is not a serious criminal, but a harmless congenital kleptomaniac who resorts to petty crimes, and for that now he is serving a sentence. Now, who is a kleptomaniac? It's a disease, a psychological problem. It is an OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, in which the person who's suffering from this problem has this habit of stealing things which lie at hand. However, Evans is notorious for his prison escapes because he also suffers from this kleptomania. The play also describes Evans, who is ready to sit for an O level in German. He has been given special permission to take the test in his prison cell. So now the governor has to make sure that the exam goes on smoothly, and Evans doesn't this time escape the prison, because he was already notorious for escaping the cell 3 times. Governor was extra precautious this time, and he promised himself and then his men that this time he wouldn't be able to escape. So for that reason, many security arrangements have been done by the governor. He has personally looked into them and supervised them. Some of the arrangements are here given. The governor is extremely cautious due to Evans's notoriety, and he makes all possible arrangements so that Evans doesn't escape from the prison during the exam. So the first one, Mr. Stephens and Mr. Jackson, 2 prison officers, have been put in charge to ensure topmost security. Then a parson, Reverend S. McLeary, has been chosen to be the invigilator. The governor himself keeps checking on what is happening inside the cell. He is monitoring things personally. Then he has told Stephens to keep standing outside the cell till the exam will continue, and when it is over, then invigilator would be taken out of the cell. There are microphones which are installed in the office of the governor and in the cell where Evans is going to sit and write his exam, so that the governor can listen to all the conversations that would take place in his cell. So these were very tight security arrangements that were done by the governor, as no one under the sun is going to take any chance with Evans this time. So let's start the play. It is the month of March, and the secretary of the examination board has received a call from Oxford prison. So who's on the other side? It is the governor of the prison, who says it's a slightly unusual request, governor, but I don't see why we shouldn't try to help. Just the one fellow, you say? So this call is made between the governor and secretary, and the secretary here is asking that it is slightly unusual request. Now what was the request, children? Request was that Evans wanted to sit for an exam in the O-level German, and he has been doing this course since the month of September, and now March has come and he wanted to take this test so that he can add to his academic qualification. So secretary here says it is unusual request. Why unusual? Because there is just one person. Means there was only one student who was taking up this course. So it was one teacher, one student. Now this information is important here, which you should keep in mind, because this is going to reveal at the end of the play. So the governor confirmed that there was only one person for the examination named Evans. He also told the secretary that Evans started night classes in O level of German language last September. Now he was interested in achieving educational qualification. He also informs the secretary that taking such a class outside the prison would have cost him a lot of money, you know, but here it was very cheap. The secretary agreed to give him a chance, and then the governor appreciated him for his decision and inquired the whole procedure for the exam. The secretary inquires the governor about the track record of James Roderick Evans, the candidate who was going to sit for the exam. So governor told secretary about Evans the break. He tells that his name is James Roderick Evans and he has no record of violence. He is a pleasant sort of chap. He is bit of a card, one of the stars at Christmas concert, and he is a congenital kleptomaniac. Governor was tempted to add something, but he didn't. Now, this last is very important information. What was governor tempted to add? The governor wanted to tell them that he has broken the cell thrice, but he did not, because he thought that this time the tight security arrangements are there, so Evans wouldn't be able to escape. So why should he worry the secretary, by telling him about that? Because he was personally looking into the matter. So this information governor did not tell secretary and he kept it to himself. After the conversation was over between the governor and secretary, governor went into deep thought. Because Evans had escaped thrice, he would not be allowed to stay at the governor's residence in Oxford because the governor did not want to be disgraced by Evans. He wasn't a burden but a nagging presence. It was a slight possibility he might be really interested in adding up to his qualification. So, you see, children, even till now, the governor is not very sure that Evans was actually wanting to add to his academic qualification. He still has that apprehension at the back of his mind that he is planning something, there is something cooking up, something is fishy, and that this man is not that simple as he seems to be. And he was definitely going to escape, or he would be planning to escape. But again, he would shrug off this thought because of the arrangements that he has made. And so he was quite happy this time and he was sure that everything would go on well. At 8:30 the next morning, Evans had two visitors. They are Mr. Jackson and Stephens along with him. So when they come in the cell, he tucked his dirty string vest into his dirty trousers and he stood up from his bed that was attached to the wall. He greeted Mr. Jackson and said that it was an honor for him. Jackson was the senior prison officer of D Wing, and both Jackson and Evans were now warm enemies. Mr. Stephens was a newly recruited officer and a strong looking man. He had come along with Mr. Jackson. Jackson greeted him and made fun of him by calling him Einstein. So Evans also replied in the same manner, in the same mocking manner. Wasn't he a mathematician? Evans had not shaved and wanted to be excused. On the same day in the evening at 8:30, the German teacher who has been teaching Evans for past 3 months comes at the high security recreational block which was across the D wing, and he wished him luck in German but Evans could not understand a word of it. The teacher also said that he haven't have a cat in hell's chance to get through, which means that his German is still so poor that he would not be passing the exam. At that, Evans said he might surprise everybody and he might get through. Now, this is again, children, an indication of what is going to follow in the play, because Evans is actually going to surprise everyone.